Hey guys, what's going on? This is Deadly, and welcome to New to Geared Part 3, the final video in the series. If you haven't seen the first two videos, I highly recommend that you do by clicking on the cards in the top right corner of the screen on this video right now. But for those that are just joining us, I'm going to do a little bit of a recap. We started a character in Northern Berezino, we did some civilian looting, we moved over to Gorka in episode 2 and did some hunting stand looting, and also headed to Stari to loot some military tents. And now we are going towards the North West Airfield to look for helicopter crashes and loot military equipment, and also try to find some people to kill to acquire loot. Okay, we have a helicopter crash site, our first one of the day. This is a UHY-1. I believe that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Or a UN helicopter. UN helicopters, as you can imagine, drop UN supplies, and they smoke. So that's the identifier. And they physically look different from Russian ones, but the dead giveaway is the smoke. So you can find M4s, AUGs, UMPs, FNX 45s, and a variety of different smoke grenades, and vests. Also cosmetic items as well, and helmets from these crash sites. They are very valuable, let's just say that. And whenever you find one, it's a good idea to scout the area or just do what I'm going to do here. Which is going to run for it and just hope that we don't get sniped. Because that would be kind of sad if we got sniped right now, right guys? We ran all the way here just to get sniped. That's fine though. It's part of the game, so if it does happen, it happens. There's an AUG. Okay. Here's our chance. We got an AUG, and we have a 16 round mag. That's huge. There's a PSO-1 scope as well. I don't think I'm going to take that. 45 ACP, a green smoke grenade, a UN beret, a couple of USMC jackets. I will take this USMC jacket. And tactical shirt. Okay, that's pretty big, guys. Finding an AUG with a mag is a pretty nice find. However, since we only have 16 rounds for it, I will keep the shotgun on me. So at this point, we are double carrying, which is, it has some issues. So let's go over what are those issues. Number one, if you want to perform any action that doesn't require pulling out the shotgun, you will drop the AUG on the ground. If you want to switch between your guns, you can use the hotbar to press the 1 key to switch to the shotgun, and I can press the 3 key to switch to my AUG, or I can drag and switch that way. But for right now, we should definitely keep the AUG out because it has good range. It's naturally 0 to 300 meters, and the shotgun is really only going to be our backup if we run out of ammo for the AUG. So that was a very lucky find. It's, again, you should probably not rely on helicopter crashes for loot, but it is nice whenever you find them. So if you're going to these military camps or you're going into the central to northern areas of Chernarus, you will find helicopters, I promise you. I prefer Russian ones though, because I'm more of an AK SVD kind of guy, not an M4 or AUG sort of guy. And the server, okay, we are back in the game after that brief interruption of the server going down. But you know what? The server going down is a very good thing for us, because currently on 0.60, loot really only respawns on server restart. So in 0.61, I'm sure it's not going to be like that. Just if you're watching this in the future, just keep in mind that this was uploaded in 0.60. It's not supposed to work like that. Loot is supposed to naturally respawn over the server's uptime. But since it is incredibly broken right now, the developers have enabled loot respawning again on server restart. So because the server is new and up, then we have to take advantage of this, because we need to find 556 for our AUG so we can drop the shotgun. So the best thing for us to do is to play it very fast, and we have an AUG, so we can do that. We can definitely play the fast game with the AUG. It's an automatic weapon, and it's incredibly powerful. Try not to get put off guard. Keep on looking. Look in pine trees. Notice anything that looks a little bit out of place. And if you feel unsafe for whatever reason, then, well, it's probably your first time here. So deal with it. You gotta play crazy, okay? Nothing good has ever happened from somebody being too afraid to come to the North West Airfield. If you want a PvP, then you're gonna have to deal with it. Alright. Also, guys, we are now in prime landmine territory. I usually roll with the Ushanka, but if I can take that helmet, I'll take it because the helmets are really good as a .60. Hey, look at that. We got a UK assault vest, so we can hold more slots. We got some Gorka pants I'm probably going to grab. Not the greatest pants. I'm a huge fan of the Gorka jacket. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Okay, we're gonna wear the stupid helmet since we're solo, and if we get shot in the head, it might actually help us. Alright. Cashton scope. Great condition. We're grabbing it. One of my favorite optics in the game. Damaged autumn pants. Again, guys, the server just restarted, so we shouldn't have to worry about landmines, but it is a concern. If you ever see a suspicious jacket or a pair of pants, I would ignore it if I was you. I would actually just maybe try to pick it up first, and then if there's a trap under it, don't be afraid to deactivate it. You can deactivate landmines. In order for you to actually set up a landmine, you need to step directly on top of it. So that gives you a lot of wiggle room. Is this a foul mag? Nope, it's not. 12 round C mag. Okay. So we're going to empty this. We're going to throw the rounds in a coupled mag, and we're going to throw the gun. Throw it back in the gun. Good, good, good. Another one. 3 round mag. I like the look of the silver ones, the metallic magazines. So I decided to leave that box of Mosin back there because I think I actually missed it during this commentary, but I decided to just let you guys know that, yeah, that's something that I would usually take because Mosin ammo can be hard to find sometimes. But I'm going to continue to loot the rest of these hangars. They're pretty much the exact same, but the thing about the hangars that you guys should know is if you are looking for 5.56, specifically for like M4 and AUG magazines, this is the spot that you're going to want to go, especially after a server restart. Just for whatever reason, these have the highest probability of finding magazines in the game currently as a .60. So now that we just found the AUG, the server conveniently went down, so we are in a very good position to find a lot of ammo for this gun and then continue to move north. We are currently in the hangars, and my squad calls these hangars from south to north from like basically numbers. So the southernmost hangar is 6. So the 2 barracks we were looting just a few minutes ago are called 6 fake barracks. We call them fake barracks or new barracks because in the old game, in the mod, you were unable to actually loot them. So it's kind of new for some of the most experienced players. Like we're not used to looting those, so that's why we call them fakes. If you ever hear that term being tossed around. Either people are busy looting north tents right now, or trying to... There's this dead zombie from a player. That's not my dead Zed. Be very careful here. Make sure that you keep checking, guys. Check your angles. Don't make mistakes. You can, though. It always happens. But we do have people here. You have to ask yourself the question why somebody would shoot a zombie in the middle of the airfield but yet not loot. For the sake of this, we're going to have to go directly up to north tents. I still want to make this a looting video and not a PvP video, but honestly, for the military portion, this is an aspect of it. You need to be careful, and you need to be mindful of other players, because at the North West Airfield especially, don't expect to find friendly people, okay? That's a stupid move to do. Trying to act friendly at the North West Airfield can get you killed and waste a lot of time. You can try if you really want to. You can definitely make friends. but it can be very tough. It's not going to be simple, and you gotta be fairly good at diplomacy. If you're on a private server, it is definitely going to be easier for you to make friends. If you're on a public server, then good luck, okay? Okay, we hear our first gunshot, and it is an M4, which is to be expected, I guess. You can be more thorough if you want. For me, I'm sort of just concerned that we are alone and there is people killing each other around, so we just got to be careful. We got to be ready. If you've ever watched the hydraulic press channel, then you will know that they can attack at any time. That shot did sound like a zombie shot, though. It didn't really sound like somebody that was killing a player. I could be wrong, but that sounded like a single zombie shot. The building to my direct left is called a jail or camo building. Those do not currently spawn any loot as a .60 due to a wall glitch that has been exploited quite heavily by assholes. So do not go inside those buildings, especially on public hives. It's not worth your time, and you might end up losing your character to some dickhead in the wall. So just avoid all camo buildings for now until you read on a patch note or something like that. That .6, well, as a .60, you know, you shouldn't go inside. Our next objective is to go into North Tents, and since we heard a gunshot from North Tents, then we have to kind of transition a little bit away from loot mode into PvP mode. I have made a video about this already on my YouTube channel, so if you guys have been watching a lot of my content, you may have seen this already, but for the sake of this being a beginner's guide, I'm going to include it anyway and provide a little bit more information about a PvP situation at the airfield for looting purposes. Military tent cities are great for finding loot. Okay. So let's find this guy, or die trying. Looks like I got either a zombie in ambush, which is the trees that I call over there, next to the scumbag. That's what we call the sandbags. It's not a big deal. If you play the sandbag bunker, don't get put off by the scumbag bunker. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Well, I don't know if that was a dude or not, but getting to the point now where things are going to get very dangerous. There's an AKM there, good to know. I have an AKM mag, 2 of them. There's a player right in front. That was a little desync, but we got it. Not executed the way I wanted to execute it. But we are alive and he is dead, which is the most important part. A little bit of a desync battle there, guys, but it's going to happen. Who's looting a corpse, mind you. AK-101, or what kind of gun do we have? M4. When you kill another player in DayZ, especially if you shoot them a lot, you have a chance of ruining their jacket, which in turn will ruin all of their supplies that are inside of their jacket. Some pieces of clothing offer protection from ballistics, such as the leather jacket, which is actually one of the only jackets in the game that provides ballistics protection. You also have the press vest and the plate carrier, which is a vest that can go over top of your chest that will protect you a little bit from ballistics. You heard me mention earlier about the SSH-68 helmet and the ballistics helmets. They do obviously provide some protection from headshots, especially now after .60. But the main thing here is if you want to ensure that you're going to get as much supplies as possible from a dead body, then you're going to want to shoot them in the head. The person that he was looting was very kitted. As you can see, the vast majority of his items in his backpack are still in great condition, but it is important here to not get too greedy because we just killed a player. There is usually always more, so you just got to keep that in mind. I wouldn't immediately go for the loot unless you've done your homework and you've been stalking a player for quite some time. That's why I was sort of running around the area to see if there's anybody else who was going to rush me, because I was fairly confident that with the AUG I would be able to pull out a win in that engagement just like I did before. And as you can see, I only got shot once, and I wasn't even quite sure where I was shot because the vast majority of my jackets, actually everything, is the same. So I think I was just slightly grazed with a bullet, just one, and that was pretty much it. So we got very lucky. We picked up another M4 that had a magazine for our AUG, and because I don't use the AUG very much, I am going to be using that over the M4. I know a lot of people prefer the M4 over the AUG because you can get an ACOG sight and a bunch of other optics and cool attachments, but for me the AUG is pretty good and I like using this weapon. The North tents are by far one of my favorite places to loot in the entire game because the level of military equipment that you can find here is pretty crazy, and is only matched and rivaled by Mosquito military base, which is my favorite spot to go to in the game. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that if you watch my videos a lot. I'm pretty much there all the time and I love PvPing, so if you like firefights and you like PvP, Mosquito in North tents is going to be your spot. There is a lot of rows of tents, and they mainly spawn equipment like 5.56 and 5.45 and items that you're not able to find in civilian locations, military cosmetics, landmines, frag grenades, pretty much everything that you'd expect from a military base comes here. Also different attachments for your M4 and your AKs. You can even find FALs and SVDs here. So at the current moment, that should be changing, but at the current moment at 0.60 you can find SVDs here, VSS Ventores, but you cannot find 9x39 subsonic at the moment from these military tents to my knowledge. You have to find that from Russian helicopters, but you guys get the idea. The vast majority of military loot currently spawns inside of these tents, and that is why so many people come here. So I'm going to be working my way, looting every single one. Again, be very mindful of landmines because a lot of people like to be sneaky and put landmines under jackets or in between these two medical buildings right here. I know Ace's Fury, if you're watching this video, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. He's a great guy, great YouTuber and streamer. I roll with him a lot. We do landmines here all the time as well. And at that point, when you're done looting North tents, you can start either moving on the western side down south or leave the military base altogether. For me, at this point, we are so geared that there is really nothing else I could possibly get other than more 5.56 that would make me feel comfortable. We have an we have an AK-74 and we have an AUG with lots of ammo for both weapons. So on here on out, I will most likely just be going into full hunt mode and looking for players. And if you guys want to see that, then you can check the link in the description box, or I will try to remember to put a card here to link you to the PvP video that I had just after this. So I did a lot of PvP here at the North West Airfield on this character. So if you guys want to see that, then click the link right now or in the description box below and it will take you right there. And thank you guys so much. This concludes our new spawn to geared video. We took a character from the coast and now he is pretty geared. There's really not much more I need for my assault weapon style of play. If I'm looking for a sniper rifle or something like that, obviously I'm going to be looking for more supplies, but we have an AUG, we have everything we need to be an efficient squad player or an effective lone wolf, and that is pretty much the objective of this video series. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Recommend this to anybody who is new that is starting DayZ. This will help them out, I'm sure it will. And I will see you guys during my daily live streams at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch.